Alright guys, so let's get started. First thing first, in Brawl Stars you can't jump. So we're gonna make it where the player can't jump. So jump height equals 0. We're also gonna turn off shift lock so people don't accidentally shift lock when they're trying to aim. So disable mouse lock. I'm also a bit sick right now, so that's why I sound a bit weird. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is make the top down camera, which is actually probably the easiest part we're gonna do today. So the first thing we're gonna go to starter character scripts, insert a local script. We're gonna name this one top down camera, and we're gonna first locate the camera, which is it's a new camera equals workspace dot current camera. Now the next thing we're gonna actually make the camera scriptable, which means you're able to change it with a script, because that's obviously what we're trying to do here. So repeat camera type equals enum.camera type scriptable until it is scriptable. And make sure you have two equal signs here, but only one over here. And the next thing we're gonna do, camera.cframe. And actually, before we do that, we're gonna first locate the character's root part. So local root part equals script dot parent with a humanoid root part, because every single player has a humanoid root part, and script dot parent is just a character, because this script is automatically gonna be in the character. So we're gonna basically set the C frame forever. So game that run service that heartbeat basically just like every single frame is gonna run this code. So every single frame is gonna set the C frame of the camera, which is basically what direction and where the camera is. First, it will be equal to the root part dot position plus vector new vector 3 dot new, and I'm gonna say 50. Change this number if you want. This number is basically just how far the camera is from the player. So that's gonna set the camera distance. Now we're gonna actually make the camera face down, and to make it face down, it's gonna be easy. We're just going to do this. Now let's test this out. Okay, it works. Yeah, it works. And we can't jump, and I can't do shift lock. And I think this might be a bit too zoomed far. And as I said, you can make this number lower if you think it's too zoomed far. Now next thing is we're gonna make a basic attack. Okay, it's not gonna do that much. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna locate the mouse, because we need the mouse to shoot. This is not gonna be like the actual Brawl Stars, since there's gonna be a lot of computer players. So there won't be a joystick to choose where you want to shoot. You actually have to click on the screen. So just putting that out there in case you guys don't know. So first of all, local mouse equals game.players.local player get mouse, and every single heartbeat we are going to put a part where the mouse is basically pointing at. And so in order to do that, we're gonna make that part. So local part equals instance.new. But actually, I'm gonna do mouse pointer, because a mouse pointer, it will be anchored. It will parent equals script.parent, and a mouse. Actually, should it equals no, should make it in the workspace mouse pointer dot can't collide equals false. We don't want it to touch anything. And speaking of touching, can't touch equals false. Mouse pointer dot can't correlate equals false, so it doesn't get raycasted. Something else I would like to notice is we don't want a mouse pointer to be added every single time we die. So in order to fix that, we are going to do. We're gonna first get the humanoid. So look, humanoid. It's just like the humanoid root part. Every single character has a humanoid. I'm gonna do, if the humanoid died, then we are going to delete the mouse pointer with add the breeze, because it's more reliable, and that will delete the mouse pointer. And every single frame, the mouse pointer dot position equals vector dot new mouse dot hit dot position dot x except I'm going to change it to Z because that's a Z, where the Z axis is supposed to go. Now I'm going to change this to root part dot position dot Y. Now you might be wondering, why is this mouse? Why is this mouse? Why is this root part? Brawl Stars is basically 2D, so like we don't want it to be affected by like up and down really much. So the up and down part, which is the Y, is just gonna be your normal character root part Y instead of the Y your mouse is at. And you can see here we have a part following our mouse. Now you guys might be wondering, why do I need this? Well, I'll tell you why after. But you can see it currently works. There's just one thing that we still need, and that one thing is we're gonna make it where you can't make the mouse go through walls because you don't want to aim through a wall. This ruins the entire point of walls. And also, I would like to say, try not to put too much elevated surfaces like stairs, or your character can climb on top of them. It might ruin the aiming system because like if a character is above another character, it might ruin it. So we're gonna do this by raycasting. So every single heartbeat, local raycast, raycast result equals workspace raycast. The origin will be the root part of position. The direction will be this. It will be all of this. All of this minus the root part dot position. And I think so there's really anything we have to add. Oh yeah, there is. And raycast params. And then params. Params basically be what to ignore in the raycast. We're going to set the params here. Params equals raycast params.new. Params dot filter type equals enum dot filter raycast filter type exclude. And we're gonna, for now, we're gonna make it where filter type filter descendants. For now, we're just gonna make it where it can't detect the player. Raycast, so the mouse can still go through the player, and it can't detect other players because like other players won't do anything to where you shoot. And we'll do that by doing actually let's put this down there because we gotta update how many players there are every single frame because players might leave and stuff. And what if I should put this? Make sure you put this above here. Local params. And then over here we're gonna do other characters. For other characters, just gonna be the other players' characters. So we're gonna do local other characters. Because this game dot workspace get children for IV and pairs. Do if v find for shared humanoid. So basically, every single character is humanoid. So if there is a humanoid, then we're gonna add it to ignore list. Then v table insert other characters v. Right now we have a part that follows your mouse and a raycast which will ignore everything except for the players. I mean, right now we basically have a part that follows the mouse, and we have a raycast, so if it like hits anything, it will detect it except for other players. And why that's useful, if there is a raycast result and a raycast result instance, then so basically if the raycast detects there's something in the way, it's going to do this, and if else it's gonna do that. So what if there's something in the way? Well, that's easy. We're just gonna make the position of the part raycast result dot position. So you can see here the part follows my mouse, except it won't follow my mouse if I go behind a wall. See here? Because I can't aim behind a wall, so if it's behind a wall, it will go back here, which I would say is pretty good. So Now time to make the actual projectiles. First thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna make the projectiles be made on a server, so there's gonna be less hackers, and the projectiles appear for everyone. So we're gonna do the fire projectiles. It's gonna be a very simple name. Alright, we might change the name later. And first, let's see. And since I only used the mouse pointer to like show you guys, so now you guys can put the transparency to 1, but don't delete it. Just make the transparency of the mouse pointer 1 so you can't see it. And now, time for the shooting part. But before we make the shooting part, we're gonna make it in Brawl Stars. Before you actually shoot, you can see where you're going to shoot, like a white outline, you know? That's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do that with beams. So in order to do that, we're gonna make our beam. Local beam equals instance.new beam. Beam.parent equals mouse pointer. So when the mouse pointer gets released, the beam will also. Beam dot attachment 0 equals root part find first child, which is a attachment. Beam dot attachment 1 equals instance dot new attachment. The attachment will be parented to the mouse pointer. And this is a really simple beam, nothing too complex. We may actually change the width to like 5. Beam that width 1 equals 5, and yeah. So basically, this beam will be following the mouse pointer around, stuff like that. And now the next thing we are going to do is gonna make the beam appear. So we're actually gonna make the beam not enabled, make it disabled. And now time to detect when you put your mouse down. So look, and equals game get service use input for service. By the way, this for now is basically only gonna work on computers. It's gonna be really easy to convert this to mobile though. It's just I don't really have many mobile devices near me, so I can't really test it. So anyways, that's input begin, connect, input, game process. Game process basically means if it's if you type E in chat, like that doesn't count. That's actually like clicking E to like input something. So if game process, then we're not gonna do anything. Game process basically just means the player didn't want to do that, and it's the game process. Now input that user input type equals that user input type that mouse button 1. Mouse button 1 is just a left mouse button. Dot enabled equals true. Now we're gonna detect when you stop holding down the mouse. Put ended. And if it's bent, then the beam enabled equals false. And we are going to do rape storage, rape child, fire projectile, fire server. So basically, just not like the actual Brawl Stars controls. Right now, basically, if you hold down the mouse, you can see where you're going to shoot. And when you let go of the mouse, shooting happens. Oops, I think I made a mistake. You can't actually see the beam. So next we're going to do, we're going to make it where it faces the camera. Now you're able to see it. Now it's time for the projectiles, which we're going to actually do on the server. So server, we're going to make a new script called projectile handler. Basically, gain that rep server ratio projectile. So when the player tells the server to fire the projectile, first of all, this is going to be a very simple projectile, by the way. Local projectile equals instance not new part. Let's see, projectile that's, let's see, dot parent equals workspace, projectile dot can collide equals false, but projectile dot can query equals false. Projectile dot size, I'm gonna make the size pretty small because it's just a normal projectile, 111. And I forgot to add something, because the server needs to know where the player's mouse is. So in order to do that, we're gonna do mouse pause, and we'll also fire the server your mouse pause, which is basically this. Now I'm gonna copy this. Actually, it'll be hard, so we're actually just gonna copy the bottom here. I'm gonna put it here, and then projectile C frame equals player. Speaking of the player, if not player that character, if the player doesn't have a character, then we're not even gonna do anything because the player needs character. And if not player that character, find first child, humanoid root part. If the player's like dead, we won't do anything either. Then nothing will happen. Projectile C frame equals player dot character dot humanoid root part. Gotta do C frame dot new. And it's gonna be looking at the mouse paws. So mouse paws. Projectile, I'm gonna make it look a little bit cool. It's gonna be neon. It's gonna be green. Actually, it's gonna be red because I know the RGB color for red better. Now the projectile is not gonna spawn, but we need to make the projectile actually fly through the air. So the first thing I'm gonna do is projectile set network owner player. So this is gonna make where the player controls the physics of the projectile, so it's way less laggy. So I suggest doing set network owner more in your scripts. And we're also gonna do projectile attachment, and yeah, vector forces need an attachment, so we're gonna make attachment first because attachment parent equals projectile. And now local vector force equals instance under vector force. Vector force is gonna be the thing that moves the part through the air. Vector force dot enabled. It's gonna be enabled anyways. Parent, I'm gonna put parented to the projectile vector force. Oops, do that. Dot attachment 0 equals attachment vector force dot relative to equals enum dot relative to. Oops, relative to the world, which basically means the vector force is gonna be relative to the world, which is good if you want to make accurate stuff. And vector force dot force, and it's the big parts, just how much is pushing. First, going to do apply to center of mass equals true. Now the force, let's start with something easy. That force equals. This basically just helps the projectile levitate off the air, so it doesn't like get affected by gravity. So, and this is going to be the y, so we're going to put zeros around these. But what about the actual like shooting part? So vector first dot force equals projectile dot C frame dot look vector times, I don't know, 100. I don't know if 100 is too fast or if it's not, so yeah, you guys can change the number to, so if you want projectile to go faster or something. And then I'm going to finally set the assembly linear velocity equals, let's say, to get, this is basically giving the projectile a head start, so the force doesn't like slowly ramp up the speed. And I'm gonna make it like 50. I don't know if that's too much. If it's too fast, I can change the numbers. So, yeah. I also want the projectile to spawn, to despawn. So we're gonna do gain that debris, add item, projectile, and the next number will basically be how long it lives to spawn. So I'm gonna put 2 seconds. Oh, and there's already a glitch. Forgot to put this as position because it's such an error occurred if I didn't put that. Okay, guys, let's see if this works. I can't really tell if it's despawning because I think I made it. Yeah, but the one thing you guys might notice is it can go through walls, which is probably the worst thing. And I can spit a wall. It's actually pretty fun, and it can go through walls. So let's not make that happen. In order to do that, we're gonna do projectile that touched connect function part. If the part defined child humanoid, so if the part it's touching is a character, it's gonna do damage to that character and delete itself. So the part will destroy no matter what, so the part will be destroyed. But before that happens, oh wait, my bad, the projectile will be destroyed. But before that happens, we're going to make the guy take some damage, and let's make it like 5 damage. In Roblox standards, remember 100 is the max health. But if it just touches the wall, then it's just gonna die. and like nothing else happens. So we actually don't even need that else. Now let's try this out. One quick tip: if you're making the map for your game for Brawl Stars in Roblox, don't make a ceiling, because it's pretty obvious why. Like your camera is literally facing down, and yeah. So let's check this out. And yeah, it's not going through the walls. And yeah, I would say it works. Now let's see if we can hit a humanoid. Oh, I see a problem. So we gotta look for the humanoid in the part's parent, because the part itself won't have a humanoid. It's the parent that has a humanoid. And I'm gonna make it where the part can't detect itself. So if part.parent gets oh, I mean, my bad. Gain the players, get player from character. So basically, if the part hit a player and the player is you, then it won't do anything. So this is to make sure, like, yeah. So if the projectile hits yourself, it won't trigger any if it's touched event, so it doesn't like delete itself or damage the own player. Okay, so this actually won't work, because if it hits like accessory that the player has, it's just not gonna work to accessory, because it's gonna detect accessory and it's gonna destroy itself. So something else I can do is I can also do if the part is touching dot parent and this parent find first humanoid, then return end, because oh my bad, we don't need the end part. And that's because an accessory will always have a part inside of that accessory. So if the projectile detects that part and it detects, and if it looks at 2 parents ahead of itself and it sees humanoid, it won't do anything, because 2 parents ahead of the accessory and the part inside the accessory will be, yeah. It's hard to explain. So let's see, will it work? It works, bets. Oh shoot, it's actually pretty fun. Yeah, now I'll see if I reset my character, will it work? Don't see a problem. So yeah, have fun. And I would like to say something else. This thing, you don't need that. I only did that to check on stuff. So yeah. You can make some of your own projectiles, stuff you want. In the next video, I might add like making it where you can't, because right now you can aim as far as you want, make your mouse go as far as you want. Might change that in the future, where there's a limited amount where you can aim your mouse just like some of the attacks actual brawlers have. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I don't even know if I'll make a second episode unless I get enough support. So know you support me in the comments, or like the video and share it to other people.